Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from Tampa, continuing our coverage of SEC Media Days.
Speaking of the river being wet, we are right here, waterfront in Tampa, Florida. Tampa, Florida, USA, right here. And, man, they got us living high society in these fancy hotels right here on the bay.
It is. It's got – have you been to Miami before?
I mean, I've been once.
Like to play them or something?
I came to Tampa one time. I think was it our rookie year when the Super Bowl was here? Was it our second year?
Our rookie year, I thought it was in like an indoor stadium maybe.
No, I don't think, because I think it was here our rookie year.
Because it was
the next year
Steelers
it was,
Cardinals, right?
Then the next year it
in
was
Dallas or something? Or Detroit or something? I don't know.
I guess it could have been. I don't know. I remember we came down here because we always had access to Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah.
And you would get them at face value. So most of the people, especially people on rookie contracts, we would buy as many tickets as we could through being a player.
It was Steelers, Arizona here in Tampa, yeah.
Nice. And the next year was New Orleans and South Beach, right?
Yes.
So we'd always go, but you had to – we'd get as many tickets as we could so we could sell them. And so you'd always have to come get them.
That's not within the rules, Matthew.
Why?
You can't sell your Super Bowl tickets.
But I owned them after I bought them.
You know and I know that you still can't do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't. I had to come here to get them, though, so I could definitely go.
Okay.
I could definitely use them and go.
Yeah.
So you had to come and get them in person, though.
Yeah.
That was the rule.
So you came.
Pretty sure the rule they could do whatever once you had them, you could do whatever you wanted with them.
I think people have actually gotten in trouble for selling their Super Bowl tickets.
I sold them at face value.
So you flew from Green Bay to Tampa to pick up tickets and then sold them for face value.
Yeah.
And made it worthwhile.
Oh, yeah. Yep, for sure. It definitely didn't pay for the trip. Plus a little. Plus a little profit on top.
See,
you know what I mean?
That's the difference between like quarterbacks and fullbacks. See, everybody around me was doing that. I'm like, look, you ain't about to catch my ass getting cut because I was selling Super Bowl tickets.
No one was watching.
But if they would, who's the first to go? The fullback.
Fullback. That's a good point.
Not the quarterback.
I mean, also seventh-round quarterback.
That's true. That's fair. But you did beat out a second-round pick.
No, yep. So basically,
you're basically like a fourth rounder.
About 4.5, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Story of your life, you know what I'm saying? All right. So we got Kentucky. We've got Mizzou, Oklahoma. You got to be excited to, hopefully, like, find your way to talk to Mateer. He feels like your kind of guy.
Is that, let's see, I'm looking at the list. Is he the only quarterback here today?
Minchie's here from Kentucky.
That's right. But yeah, I'm excited to see, to hear from Mateer. I'm sure he'll get a lot of, of course, Oklahoma playoff team, but my God, did they look depleted on offense a lot last year
after he broke his thumb or whatever.
But he had surgery same week he played. So
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it ever fully healed, and you would be able to speak what your throwing hand thumb would do for you.
I mean, it's what separates us from the animals. Thumbs.
Heard that as well.
Yeah. So pretty big deal.
It's pretty big
I would say, especially if you're trying to grip and throw a football at a very high level on a playoff caliber team. So, yeah, I think that John Mateer is one of these kind of dark horses leading into the SEC.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was a lot of buzz with him last year, a lot of the unknown. Like, all the things he was able to do at Washington State, like, the things he was able to do there, and, of course, like, coming off the heels of Cam Ward and what he did from Washington State and then going to Miami, like, could could Mateer kind of bring the same energy to the SEC?
And he did until he hurt himself.
And he was like, and look, he was like a lot of people there was a lot of buzz with him last year, even with like at the time, all these for sure top draft pick quarterbacks that were in the SEC.
Yeah.
That didn't pan out, of course, but like they were still talking about it. I don't really feel like that buzz is anywhere close to it was last year at this time. Now we'll see throughout the week, and especially today with Oklahoma going. But he didn't get worse at football since last year. I can promise you that. And I don't think that the injury and what he had to play through and what he did play through, and not to the best of his ability, I don't think that gets talked about enough. I mean, you hurt your thumb while you're throwing hand. That's debilitating.
And he was one of my favorite guys to catch up with last year because I didn't know him, didn't know if he was what his personality was, didn't know if he was good, bad. I knew he's from Texas. And I knew he went all the way up to Wazoo because that was his opportunity, right? There was a coach that fell in love with him, and then he got a job at Wazoo, so he found a way to get John Mateer there as well. But I walked away being like, I want that guy on my team. I want that guy leading the charge. Like, he was awesome. And he is somebody that can, even if those around him aren't great, he can elevate their level of play, which I always think my favorite attribute in a quarterback, and we talk about with Tyler Shuck all the time in New Orleans, right? The guy before him cannot play bad, but there's something about Tyler Shuck that, hey, guys started catching the football. Right. Guys started making plays. Guys started being who they should have been, but they weren't.
Yep.
That is a skill that you have it or you don't. You can't work on it. You can't practice it. But I feel like Mateer's got a little bit of that.
Yeah, it seems like throughout his career and when he's been so dynamic as when he's been a playmaking like a playmaker quarterback, and off schedule, like comfortable, like in the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like controlled chaos is kind of where he thrives. Maybe not as much 5-step, hit that back foot and throw and go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, I'm gonna hit that back foot and throw if it's there, but then things being chaos around him, which of course is the SEC. You're going against the best defenses in the country. There is going to be chaos. But when you have something, an injury, especially on a throwing hand, I mean, my God, that kind of takes that ability away. You can't just go out there and let her rip. You can't go out there and play a little backyard ball. It's just harder to do that. So when you get injured like that, I can only imagine game planning for Oklahoma leading into those games. Like, all right, this, and this throw are pretty much out of here. We have to run our screens. We got to do our 3-step drop game. We have to kind of change the way we're calling a game planning. So I look forward to, when they play, other people, when they play like Ole Miss and stuff, like seeing him play really well, because I think he's he could be a dynamic playmaker in the SEC because he has shown it in college football. Yeah,
and their defense brings a lot of people back. And remember, it was a playoff team a year ago. Brent Venables is as old school as they come. I mean, he's got that old coaching voice because he yells so much. He kind of talks like this because he can't help it. That's Brent Venables, right? Yep. And I love that. The man still runs stadiums every single day. When he wakes up, the first thing he does is hit the stadiums. He is going to have them mean, nasty, and tough. It's like, do they have enough offensively is going to be the question. The defense feels like it's going to be there for another playoff type run, but they do have a tight end that off name alone is probably going to be enough. This man's name is Rocky Beers.
All the Beers?
His name is Rocky Beers.
I'll bring the Beers. My God. That's incredible.
So you got two-part Rocky and Beers.
Speaks for itself. Beers
Rocky
speaks
Beers.
for itself. Rocky Beers.
I'm a little upset they didn't bring Rocky Beers to the media day.
Why wouldn't you?
Now, this is Rocky Beers' fourth school, Colorado State, Florida International, Air Force, now Oklahoma.
Look at this guy. He's got a Fu Manchu in his picture, too.
He does.
That man looks like he's drank some beers.
Yeah, he's deleted some.
He looks like he definitely says brother. Hell yeah, brother. Rocky Beers.
Who says brother more, Whit Weeks or Rocky Beers?
Dude, can you imagine those two talking to each other?
No, brother.
We've never heard Rocky Beers speak a word of English. And but we can imagine what his voice sounds like. And I think it sounds a lot like Whit Weeks, but a little raspier.
Yeah. Get a little bit of rasp to it.
Got a rasp to it.
Yeah. Because sometimes when Witt says it, he's kind of got a little laugh to it.
He got a little laugh to it. A lot of joy in his voice.
A lot of joy, a lot of glee.
Old Rocky Beers, he's got a little pain behind those eyes. I can feel it. He's got a little pain in that voice. Yeah, brother, I've been to 4 schools, man.
I'm kind of pissed that Rocky Beers isn't here now, if I'm going to be
I'm real pissed.
completely honest with you.
I'd rather see him than Eddie Pierre-Louis.
Yeah.
Although, shout out to Eddie Pierre-Louis.
Yeah, Matier's great.
Hopefully we get to talk to him.
It'd be great. And we'd ask him, why are you here, not Rocky Beers?
Where's Rock at?
I'm going to ask Matier about it. I'm going to check the schedule. I sincerely hope that I have Matier just so I can ask him about Rocky Beers.
Oh, yeah. No, we need to get him on this show so I can ask him if old Rocky lives up to his name.
I got to check that out.
I'm sure he loves Dos Equis.
Yeah.
All of them.
What else would he drink?
Nothing. He's smart.
Oh, I mean, did they have Dos Equis on the island?
Oh, yeah, all of them.
I didn't know. I don't know.
It was a little bit harder to find.
Yeah.
You know, the importing.
There was
a Caribbean.
Dos Equis understands.
There was a Caribbean beer that I'd never heard of. That was pretty prolific in the area. Which, you know, importation, all those rules. I can only imagine how tough it is to get all the beers there. But yeah, they had plenty of beverages there. I do know that.
How do you know?
They have less now.
They had a lot. Now they have less. I don't get Oklahoma, dude. I get Tennessee. I'm looking at the schedule. I get Tennessee and I get Kentucky and 1 Missouri player. I don't get Matier this year.
Well, that's BS.
I know. I get Kenny Minchie, but
he doesn't have a tight end.
Kenny doesn't have a tight end named Rocky Beers.
Rocky Beers. I say you just don't go.
I'm kind of bummed now. Anywho's. I get Lenora Sellers on Tuesday. Marlar's going to be pretty excited about that.
Yeah. You should let him fill.
You should have heard our conversation.
You should have let him fill in for you.
Yesterday on the way here, I was like, you know he's not the greatest quarterback of all time, right? Anyways.
But he didn't believe that.
We are going to take a break. Mr. College Football.
What? Mr. Football?
Mr. Barnhart's going to join us when we come back here. It is OTB. We are live from Tampa, Florida, continuing our coverage of SEC Media Day.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com, residential commercial trash pickup service. Now, remember, there's a lot of different ways you can work with our friends over at Trash Rangers. It is residential, it is commercial, and if you're lucky enough to be a part of that residential, take full advantage of that. They're going to send you weekly text reminders. Never, ever forget to put your trash out again. Okay, that's awesome. That's a plus. That keeps you off the couch. And also, they're going to be able to pick up if you have like a big national holiday and you miss your trash. A lot of times they just don't pick it up. Not the case. They'll work on Saturdays over at Trash Rangers. That's why they are the best. That's what separates them from everyone else. TrashRangers.com.
That's right. Trash Rangers, the most reliable trash pickup, trash removal service in all of Louisiana. You check out those big red dumpsters flying around, those roll-off dumpsters, 3 sizes to choose from, flat rate pricing. The absolute best in the business. A pleasure to work with. Go check them out at TrashRangers.com. TrashRangers.com.
Get your boat in at Front to Back Boat Service. Don't miss out on manufacturer rebates on everything from standard trolling motors to top-tier spot lock systems. Plus, all the major GPS and sonar brands, shallow water anchors, batteries, and of course, stereos, because you gotta have good sound on the water this summer. For 39 years, you've trusted Front to Back's certified marine installers for all your electrical repairs and upgrades. Get ready now at fronttobackboatservice.com. That's fronttobackboatservice.com.
Live from the 2026 SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber, and Parrish Construction and Roofing.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here live from SEC Media Days, and we are going to be joined by a legend right now. Tony Barnhart, Mr. College Football, joins us now here on the show. Tony, I'm excited because you keep telling me you're going to, retire, step away from college football. So I feel like I'm not going to get a chance to see you every year. So I'm glad I saw you down in Miami for the national championship. I see you here in Tampa for media days. I'm glad that you can't stay away from college football like the rest of us.
Well, it's like anything else. When you do a book, you got to finish it. And so I'm getting to retirement, but the publishers said, I'm happy to report that the book, which has a chapter on Jacob Hester in it, I will manage right now, and LSU in it. I'm just happy that I want to finish up this book, and then maybe I can get to it.
No, well, don't ever finish it because we like hanging out with you. We like you coming and telling old stories. I can't imagine for you, Tony. I mean, so many years covering college football in the SEC, so many great memories. The iconic stadiums, obviously, like they each have their own moments, but trying to get all of that and try to pick out the very best ones, the ones that everybody remembers, that had to be incredibly difficult.
Well, it was difficult, but it was easy from this standpoint. I decided that I was going to do a chapter on each of the 16 teams in the SEC. What's my favorite memory at LSU? It's the visit you and I had. What's my favorite visit? What's my favorite memory Tennessee? You remember Will Overstreet, great player at Tennessee.
Absolutely.
I interviewed him when I was halfway to Knoxville on 9/11 when the plane hit the Twin Towers, and I kept on to Knoxville and interviewed Will Overstreet, and he came to the interview in his practice gear holding up a cell phone. I said, what's wrong, Will? He says, my sister's at the Pentagon and I can't find her.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that day. He finally found her at the end of the day.
Yep.
But looking at Will and the personal struggle, each school has a memory like that for me. It's not about great coaches and no, this is about personal memories.
Right.
Now, Tony, when you were trying to think of these different memories, I'm sure you've got tons of awesome memories at all these different schools, maybe more some than others. Did you have to kind of write a bullet point list? Like, these are my top memories from this school, and they have to narrow it down, a little playoff bracket of each of these memories?
No, but basically what I did, I said, okay, let's go to, I just told you about the Tennessee memory. Let's go to South Carolina. South Carolina, I was there on the day when Stephen Garcia called his best game. Steve Spurrier called his best game. South Carolina upset #1 Alabama, the defending national champions, in Columbia, South Carolina. And I talked to Stephen Garcia, talked to Coach Spurrier, went to go see him. So I had that one. Then Georgia, what's my favorite memory of Georgia? I'm so old. The first memory I have of Georgia football, I grew up 30 minutes from the campus, went to in 1965, Georgia upset Alabama in Athens on a flea flicker play to win the game. That was my first memory of Georgia football, so that was the one that went in the book. So it was, once I got on campus and figured out what I wanted to do, it was just an incredible experience to have.
I'm sure the only difficult one had to be Florida, because I'm sure there's no good memories of Florida Gators. We're Florida haters over here, but yeah.
Well, the Florida was one of the best because Steve Spurrier, his wife Jerry, and my wife Maria are best buddies over the years, and they put together a reception for me and Coach Spurrier, his former players, all of my media buddies down in Florida. And oddly enough, we had it at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
I bet you did.
In
That's
Gainesville.
right.
And at the end of the night, they said, Tony, you and Coach are going to toast each other.
Yeah.
I said, oh, fine, I can do that. And I said, I bet Coach Spurrier's going first, right? I said, yeah, Coach Spurrier's going first. He gets up there and says, well, I tell you, my buddies told me that I couldn't toast Tony because he's a bulldog, and we know how those bulldogs are. But then I said, no, that's all right. Tony's good. He's not like them dumb bulldogs. So that was his toast to me.
That's right.
So I said, well, Coach, I can only say that you came on my radar in 1966 when you were getting ready to play Georgia for the SEC championship. And all you had to do was win that one game to finally win an SEC championship for Florida, which they did not have.
Right.
And I'll just remember that Georgia beat you like a yard dog. And you had to wait until 1990 when you finally got to Florida as the head coach to finally win. So that was a great night. Had a bunch of his former players.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Werfel, Coach Spurrier, Chris During.
I was about to say, During had to be there.
During was there. Shane Matthews was there. And what was really, really neat about that night, Danny Werfel, has incredibly busy schedule, and he said, "Tony, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to be there." I said, "Well, I totally understand, Danny. We are 5 minutes away from starting this event. In walks Danny Werfel."
Oh, that's awesome.
And Danny says, "There was no way I was going to miss this." And
that's very cool.
That's my favorite Florida memory.
Over the years, I mean, Tony, we're talking about Steve Spurrier, who's got one of the best personalities, certainly would have some of the best quotes from any head coach, to say the least, some of the soft jabs that he would give other schools. But over your time covering the SEC, who are some of those coaches that just kind of stand out to you that they were always going to give you something that was going to, kind of take off whenever you put it on paper?
Well, back in the day, Nick Saban was great. He was one of the things we used to, when I first started doing this a long time ago, I remember I would see Coach Saban. I said, "Coach," and Wes Durham and I in Atlanta would do a radio show.
Wes well.
He said, Wes and I want to see you. He said, "Come on over here and get this." So he and I, we sort of kidnapped Nick Saban, and that's the kind of stuff you could do when I first started in this. But he was good. Nick Saban also, remember his dog left the hotel room and came into the main media room. That was great. I loved it when Spurrier was asked in an open press conference, "Coach, why don't we have a playoff?" He said, "Well, there's Commissioner Kramer right there. Why don't you ask him?" And he did. So
I'm sure you've got some Coach Miles stories as well. That's our guy. That's our coach. He's the gift that keeps on giving to the media for sure.
Have a great day. I will never forget that. I was working for CBS at the time, and I talked to somebody and says, "He's not going to Michigan." And so I went down to where he's having this press conference in the Georgia Dome. He's just, on and on. "I'm going to coach my damn fine football team." And then he ended it with, "Have a great day." I said, that line will live in infamy.
We were actually watching that together. We were in the hotel getting ready for the SEC championship game, and you were out that game. But I remember
we were
watching
having breakfast that morning with the team when Kirk Herbstreit pretty much broke that news on game day.
Well, the CBS guys are calling me because I'm doing the show with Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman. I said, "Is this true?" And so I called somebody and said, "No, it's not true. It's not true." And he's getting ready to have a press conference to say it's not true. So
the thing for us that we knew, as we saw it, we knew it wasn't true because we said there's no way that he would have done this and he would not have told us first.
Right.
There was no way. Les wasn't that kind. Like he would have told us, "Hey, I played there. I'm a Michigan man. I got to go back." Whatever, and we'd have understood. I think. I mean, that's home for him. But when we saw it break and we're like, he didn't tell us this yet, there's no way it's true.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess that's the way breaking news happens. I'm sure there's news that does break to a team before coaches are ready, but we knew at the time that this can't be true. But again, we're sitting there watching as a team, we're like looking around, eating our eggs. Like,
well, between that and eating the grass, that's my favorite.
That's right. Now, Tony, you've seen a lot of really great football teams in the SEC over a long period of time. Now, there's always this argument about, me and Jacob argued about all the time about high school football teams. Like, who's the best high school football team? We always like to play the fun game of who's the best football team in college football history. And I know you can't compare a team from the 70s to the 2000s or the teens or whatever it is because it's a different style of ball. But for in their moment in time, who's the best SEC football team that you've come across?
92 Alabama, greatest defense that's ever played in this league. And that was the way the game was played.
Right.
I would say 92 Alabama or 2019 LSU.
How would you have liked to see that defense against that offense? That would have been a show.
I looked at some film the other day. I mean, Joe Burrow. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean, holy.
Tony, I've been around football a long time, fortunate enough to play on really good football teams, ones that won it all. I had never had the feeling covering that team when you go into the stadium, you knew they were going to win, and it didn't matter who played on the other side. I had never, in football history, I'd never had that feeling where it didn't matter who it was, where it was, that team was going to win.
And what's amazing is that as good as Joe Burrow was, and he was a great player, they surrounded him with a lot of good players.
My God.
Yeah.
So,
top to bottom.
It was something.
Yeah, you watch high school football sometimes. You watch like a 2A team play, and they got that one guy that's like a top recruit, and he's going to play at the big school, and he just dominates, right? It's just a different game. Well, it seemed like that was Joe Burrow and those receivers that year. They were just playing on a different level. And we talk about, like, he was already an NFL quarterback at that time. There's a college you can tell. He just sees it sideline to sideline. He can make the reads and do things mentally that other college kids can't do.
I remember sitting in the Ed Orgeron's office, and they were talking about the first meeting with Joe Burrow. And I said, what was that like? He said, within 5 minutes, we knew that he was the smartest guy in the room.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Tony, it's always a pleasure. You've seen so much over the years, and I cannot wait for the book. And because it's going to be 50 years of SEC football history, so many coaches, so many players, so many incredible institutions, fan bases, all these different things. And so I cannot wait to dive into it, because there ain't many people that had, the look into the SEC like you had, and you always put it so well, and so many great stories. And I love how it's not just stories, like you said, of the biggest names, the biggest this, that, and the other. It's like personal stories that nobody else can share. And so I cannot wait. Do we have a timeline? I know, like end of July.
We're talking to the folks right now about this, and that we're looking at spring, summer of next year.
Okay.
So
okay. All right. So I was thinking maybe a year from now. So that's even better. I'm going to put you on the clock.
I'll have a reason to come back to SEC.
I know it.
That's right.
I know it.
That's right. Look forward to reading it. I might be audiobook for me, but we'll read it.
Well, we all knew that. You didn't have to say it. We all knew that. Tony Barnhart, Mr. College Football, good enough to join us. Sir, it is always a pleasure, and you will have to come back next year. We do this every year, so we got to do it again next year, and then we'll find a reason for the next year after that as well.
All right, my friend. It's good to see you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, we will take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from Tampa.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Go to getgordon.com. Have a chat right there. Live agent's going to pop up. You're able to do that right there on the website. Cases they handle in the courtroom, past client results, all going to be right there at your fingertips. It's always Get Gordon on social media. Remember your area code in Louisiana. Follow by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
That's right. GetGordon.com. Be part of the G team. We've seen all the awesome work that Gordon McKernan does within the community. We see all the awesome work that they do in the NIL space as well. But, at the heart of everything, they are here to fight for you. Everybody in Louisiana, doesn't matter where you are, top, bottom, left, right, it doesn't matter. Call 888-8888. So if you've been injured, car accident, on the job, it doesn't matter. Give them a call. Let them fight for you and get exactly what you deserve. Be a part of that G team. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com.
Live from the 2026 SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber, and Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Don't know what that song was, but I liked it.
I missed it.
Yeah, because
I was power walking.
You were. That was a power walk. Dude,
Didn't want to leave my guy hanging.
The restroom is a mile and a half from here.
Yeah, it's not close.
It is not ideal.
Maybe we can get one of those porta potties from Trash Ring.
Hey, how do y'all feel about dropping one off at Tampa, Florida?
Real nice area. They'd love it here.
Yeah.
Here at the hotel.
That'd be great.
Dang, you do got a lot of all-stock cards.
Yeah, because I'm gritty.
Sure.
Oh, song was Dracula. Thank you, Alondra.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Had a very Dracula feel to it, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the Dracula Van Helsing song from Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
A little bit.
Yeah. When he plays the piano?
Yeah. That's an elite.
song.
That's an elite performance.
Elite performance.
I mean, I'd go see that play. Would you go see that play if they did it? Like the actual actors that are in it? I would. Be all over it.
Yeah, bro. I'd travel anywhere to see it.
Best character in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's tough. I'm asking a lot.
Kunu.
I kind of agree with you.
PPOP.
Not a lot of screen time.
Not a lot of screen time, but he made the most of it. Kind of upstaged everybody a little bit. All the snow. I mean, obviously, elite stuff. Take Me Eyes, Not Me Shirt. type situation. Your shirt looks a little bit like that.
Oh, thank you. I was hoping you'd notice.
I know,
thank
it's
you.
great.
We both got poncho
Got
on.
ponchos
Not
on.
that big of a deal.
Not a huge
You
deal.
went more like the kind of Western style
I did.
today. I went more Florida style.
Yeah, you did. I got a couple. I got 2 LSU ponchos.
Did you
for
bring
this week.
this?
I did
'Cause
not
I think
bring
you
that.
have this one.
I do, certainly.
God, I would have loved for us to shown up in the same shirt.
That would have been great.
Organically.
I've been so sick.
That would have been very us.
I do have 2 LSU shirts, so I will be interviewing other players from other teams this week in an LSU shirt.
That's okay. See, that's okay. And we're by like the LSU banner. Don't know if that was on purpose, but we're here.
I changed the banner out this morning.
I saw it yesterday. And there's no way you're here early enough to do that.
Good point.
But that's okay because like we're an LSU show, so you can do that. Now, see, I couldn't do that across in the Sirius XM room.
Sure.
I wore a lavender poncho to spring meetings last year, and Sark called me out on it. Goes, not very neutral today, are we? I'm like, dude, it's a lavender.
Sark, no. I'm not neutral. Sorry about
I mean,
it.
you know that. Yeah, it's like, Sark, come on, man. You know.
But you don't really, I mean, you're kind of a big-time NFL guy now. You don't really work for them, so you can do it.
That's also fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's also fair. Sark, I don't do college except this week, so.
Except this week, so LSU's going to beat your face in.
What if I did show up to Texas Day, full decked out LSU?
That'd be great.
I think
you
so
should.
too. Do you think I can get some here
I
in
might
Tampa,
have-
or can I borrow maybe one of your ponchos?
Yeah, I might have my poncho shirt on if we get to interview Sark.
I know you will. See, but here at this table, it'd be okay.
Okay. Because we're by the LSU column.
Exactly. I want you to interview Ark.
Is he coming?
He's gonna be here.
Why'd they
Thursday.
taking him? Lame.
Yeah, pretty popular player. I mean, he's no Rocky Beers.
He's no Rocky Beers. I think we all know that. We can all agree that Ark Manning is not Rocky Beers.
Yep. We've said it. Tennessee is going to be here today. They're already here. No quarterbacks for Tennessee. They went running back and then 2 linebackers. A little bit different. Tennessee's, Josh Heupel. It's been, a lot of quarterbacks in his time there that have been at media days. You had
The former quarterback.
Joey Aguilar played really, really well last year for them coming over. It was a straight-up trade with Nico Iamaleava, right? It's like literally like it felt like a trade. Like they got UCLA's quarterback, and you sent them yours, and it worked out for Joey Aguilar. Nobody really knows what it's going to look like at Tennessee this year at quarterback, but and I'll throw this one to you. You would know this answer way better than I. It feels like a system that is going to be quarterback friendly regardless of who it is. So not to say that they're going to get exceptional quarterback play, but I don't ever think it's going to fall off a cliff because Josh Heupel's offense typically, no matter who's behind center, has a really good season, and they're not like pro guys.
Right.
Like even Hendon Hooker, he made him look incredible. Like, I like Hendon Hooker a lot. He was a 3rd-round pick, but Hendon's never taken a snap.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how Josh Heupel played, huh? I mean, I remember seeing Josh Heupel play at Oklahoma back in the day, and my God, it was the most impressive thing. Now, watching him throw, he would throw a 17-yard dig route, and it'd go about 17 yards in the air because he had a lob, like he had to throw it with a big old arc to get it there. He was not that gifted of a guy, arm strength-wise, but my God, what they did, I went and watched them play in person at Floyd Casey Stadium in Waco, Texas, playing Baylor, and destroyed them.
Oh, I watched them play Texas Tech. So Texas Tech hosted the Longhorns the week before. It's like Chris Sims and that whole crew of Texas Longhorns. Like I think Roy Williams was like a receiver. And Texas Tech took them down. Like Wes Welker, Cliff Kingsbury, like that whole.
Probably not a lot of passing yards
whole
that
crew.
game.
Yeah, probably not at all. Wes Welker definitely didn't go off.
No.
And so it hyped up this Oklahoma-Texas Tech game for the next week in Norman. So we went. Like, because I had some buddies from my high school that were playing for Texas Tech. It was kind of like a feeder there for a while from Evangel to Texas Tech. I went on a visit to Texas Tech. Then I went on a visit to Oklahoma so I could get free tickets. And we went to the game, dude. It was one of those days where Oklahoma's offense, to your point, was such a machine, and he was such a I don't think a ball hit the ground for them.
Yeah.
They won like 45-0.
Like what they were doing, like at the time with like switch routes, option routes, wheel routes, like just taking advantage of really basic college defenses, which at the time I had no clue what was happening.
Yeah.
I just thought they were the greatest athletes to ever walk the planet Earth because he would get back to a drop back. He'd get back on a 5-step timing route. They did a lot of shotgun back then, which was, a little bit different at the time. 5-step timing, 3 steps out. He'd hit his back foot and throw it, and everybody was open.
Yeah.
And even if they weren't open, he was putting in all these tight places. So, like, you can only imagine how his past influences his play calling today. Now, everything evolves, so it's way different. You're facing way different types of defenses, way smarter defensive schemes and coaching. So it's not quite as easy as it used to be. But, you're not always going to have, the typical first-round quarterback around. Now, I'm sure he would love that. I'm sure he would definitely take that. But, it's Tennessee. It's a good name. I wonder why they're not getting those dudes there.
I mean, Imaliava was, on paper, remember, he's the guy that wore pajama pants, every camp or whatever, and, he had this huge, huge following. He was a big recruit, but he hasn't really been that guy at UCLA either. To your point, a top 5 quarterback that goes out there and thrives. There's quarterbacks that we could talk about in, even an Arch Manning, right? Obviously Arch Manning, they got some ties to Tennessee with Peyton and stuff.
Sure.
You're waiting for him to get somebody like that, I think.
Yeah, I wonder where
at that level.
I wonder what the separation is there on why. But
you know this to be true. There might be some that are hey, the system's great. You can be a Tennessee legend and throw for a lot of yards, but maybe it's just not pro-friendly because those guys don't
You could say that
interact.
about most offenses in college football. It's not pro-friendly. It's not like Heupel's doing anything that's that much different. Now, I haven't broken down a ton of film, but
I'm just saying, I guess for, the pro success.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's not a scheme that translates to the pros.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't have the notches in the belt from that standpoint of having those typical pro guys. Somebody. So and that is one thing that you do recruit on. It's it's like Saban walking in and throwing putting his hands on the table and he's got all those rings, right? It's an easy thing. If you're Josh Heupel and you sometimes you just need that one.
You really do.
You really need that one to recruit on.
Okay, think about a little bit of the desert. Right, LSU was a quarterback. After then Met was sprinkled in there. Obviously, I want to give him his credit, but then you get back to a little bit of a desert time.
Yep, for sure.
Right, and then what happens? Joe Burrow comes, and then he does what he does, and then all of a sudden, the quarterback play, the quarterbacks that you can get at least, that changes a little bit because they're okay, it's not going to be power and 3 yards in a cloud of dust anymore. They're going to open it up, and so you start getting quarterbacks that you hadn't got. So to your point, it really does only take one. You get one of those guys, and then everybody can see what it looks like and see what you can be in that uniform.
Yeah. So Tennessee goes into 2026 with a little bit of quarterback competition on their hands, which is kind of what we talked about with LSU. My prediction on if we had to leave one guy back at home at LSU of the 4 or 5 guys we're talking about potentials, it would be Sam Leavitt, just because of you at least you want to create this illusion of competition. He hasn't practiced yet,
right?
So I would understand if they didn't take him. Now I would love to see him here.
Yeah,
I wish he was here. I wish he was coming. But these schools are, if there's a quarterback competition, you certainly, basically if you take somebody here, you're anointing them, right? You are basically giving them the keys to the car.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to take somebody.
Right.
Like today, you got Austin Simmons from Missouri. He's not here.
Right.
Now, maybe it's because
he was here last year for Ole Miss.
He was here last year for Ole Miss. But he's not here this year. And, for whatever the reason the coaches have, I believe if you've named a starting quarterback.
Right. He needs to be here.
He needs to be here.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the beast with that position. Right. It's not just because I'm a quarterback, but that's if you want people to stay here.
Yeah.
Put a quarterback in the microphone, right? That's what you want to do. Now, I understand
I'd say fullback, but
the competition standpoint, a coach certainly shouldn't bring somebody here unless he's going to bring 2 of them. So it's
didn't Coach Prime bring 2
Did
to
he?
Big 12 last year.
Okay. All right, Prime. We'll see you.
Well, I think Big 12 brought like 6 players from like every school.
Oh,
so
did they really?
I think so. I think so. But
That's
to your
silly.
point,
That's
yeah.
too much.
No, you're right. I mean, it is something that like definitely signifies, hey, this is our guy. And Sam Leavitt's going to be the guy for LSU. But to your point,
I mean, has he
hasn't-
technically been like, I mean, not that it means anything.
Yeah.
Has he technically been named the
I
starter?
don't know, but he hasn't practiced yet. So to your point, like they want to probably like they want to create a fire for him as well to let him know, like, hey, bud, like you're our guy, right? Number one portal player out there, but we'd like to see you on the practice field. That'd be nice. And
Yeah.
so, like, you know, with his foot injury, he'll be out there during fall. I mean, he's already out there, but he'll be out there during fall camp.
Just dunking on goalposts.
I know when y'all first said that first day in studio, I'm like, why is he at the basketball court?
Why? So what happened that year at Arizona State? You got Sam Leavitt coming off a foot injury, dunking, and you got your guy Cam Scatterby doing backflips at Fanatics Fest.
But he didn't stick it.
He didn't stick it. I mean,
He over-rotated.
it would have been real sweet if he stuck it.
Yeah, I know.
But he fell, and he kind of came up. It looked a little awkward landing. Like,
Coming off an injury.
hey, Cam, you didn't, like, sprain an ankle. Your leg exploded during a national football game. Like, it literally
really did.
It exploded.
Yeah.
So
We were wondering if it was going to happen this year.
this
for
wasn't
you.
just a high ankle sprain, bud.
It's true. It's very true. He knows one speed.
Yeah.
As we all know. All right, we are going to take a break. We've got more coming right back your way. It is OTB, and we are live here in Tampa for SEC Media Days.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com, the website for our friends over at Pelican Roofing. Now, remember, in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, boots on the ground in both locations, going to be able to help you out. But something else we want to remind you about, free roof inspection. So, look, maybe something isn't wrong with your roof, but you can get the peace of mind. And, look, it's no cost to you. So, it's a win-win for you. It's no cost, and you got a good roof. Have them come out. Now, if you do have an issue, repair, replacement, they can do any of that. We all know that. That's why they have over 600 5-star reviews right there on the homepage of PelicanRoof.com. Go to the website today. Again, that's PelicanRoof.com.
That's right, Pelican Roof. One of the most valuable things you can have is information, a little bit of knowledge. So let them come, give you that free inspection, and just tell you, maybe your roof is good. Maybe if it just needs to be repaired and not fully replaced. But whatever the need is, make sure you're going to PelicanRoof.com. They are the best in Louisiana. A lot of options out there. Make sure you're calling the best Pelican Roof. PelicanRoof.com.
Live from the 2026 SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber, and Parrish Construction and Roofing.
All right, welcome back in OTB here live from SEC Media Days in Tampa, Florida. I certainly want to remind you about our friends over at Rouse's. Go to Rouse's.com today. Remember, when you go to the website, you can find out weekly specials for your store. It's going to be able to pull them all up. That way you know exactly what that special is at your store. But no matter what Rouse's you go into, it is going to be highly convenient for you. They've got the lunch bar, sushi bar, salad bar, pre-made meals, all that ready to go. Rouse's.com. If you're into perfect hydration as well.
I am.
I started my day with a Mai High.
You sure did.
Before coffee. How about that?
That's not because you're a health nut.
Well,
And you like to feel your best throughout the day. I start every day with a Mai High, bud.
well, yeah, I mean, you're the owner.
Did you just send somebody to a website for a grocery store?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you can go see all your local deals there.
Yeah.
All the specials, maybe a 20% off here, 15% off there.
And even sometimes when somebody has a 20% off deal,
Yep. They give you the wrong date.
it gives you the wrong
Yep,
dates.
that's on me.
Rouse's will make it right. Go to Rouse's.com today. Of the head coaches that are here today, obviously, you know, you've got some different personalities. You're going to have Eli Drinkwitz, who's one of my favorites. He's going to give you something every single time. You've got Josh Heupel, who's going to be a little bit more reserved. He's not going to, give you too much. And he's He's an X's and O's guy, kind of keeps to himself a little bit. Brent Venables is going to be the guy that makes you want to run through a brick wall. He's just that kind of guy. Like, Coach, can I go pull my hamstring running down on kickoff for you? He's old school. That's him. Will Stein at Kentucky. I've had a chance to interview him twice maybe. Good personality, younger guy, but I don't think, a lot of people here are going to know anything about Will Stein. So he's probably going to be the guy that introduces himself to everybody, and we're going to get a chance to kind of see what his personality is. He goes to a pretty good landing spot in Kentucky. Lexington, incredible city there. So great first head coaching job out of the gates for Will. But I think a lot of people are going to learn exactly like who he is because not a lot of people know anything about him.
Yeah, I gotta probably think that, if you're an old salty vet coach that's been in here a while, like SEC Media Days, you're coming and seeing a bunch of, guys you've known for a long time, you've done it. But as a first-year head coach, never done it, been an offensive coordinator for a long time, and you come to this big event where you have to take the podium, and they're, second today? So second all week.
Yeah.
That has to be the thing that they look forward to the least when they sign up to be a head coach is to have to come and give an interview. It's not because especially you come from a play calling background.
Yeah.
6 months ago, 7 months ago, you were calling plays and doing it very well.
Yeah.
At a very big college, and now you have to go to being the face of a program. Now you have to go to being a CEO. Of course, you are going to be involved as much as you can with the X's and O's and the play calling. But every head coach that comes from the coordinator position has to kind of figure out that balance. So can he do it? But this right here, this setting, I can promise you, is not what he wants to do. So we'll see how he does. Some guys are just built for this. They have that personality that does really well. And you've seen you got a lot of big personalities here in the SEC. So it will be fun to watch and see how he does.
Real quick, will he do better than Deshaun Foster?
Kentucky is in Lexington. They are the second school in Kentucky. There's two. It's Louisville down the road. So we'll see. See what kind of background he gives us.
No matter how bad he does, he'll be better than that.
He'll nail it.
Hour number 3 of OTB coming to you live from Tampa, Florida.
Off the bench.
All right, go see our friends over at GenGators.com. That is Gen Gators with a Z. Gen Gators Power Systems. They're going to be that ultimate peace of mind, that whole home generator. It is storm season, and when your power goes out, the last thing that you want to do is be without. Now, we had an issue over where I live that there was basically a 2-mile radius the other day, Matt, when you were out. The power goes out. The whole block, everything, multiple neighborhoods, multiple stores or whatever.
Road, gust of wind.
And I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of like one of those deals where you're like, we're good. We got a whole home generator. And when you hear that little bitty buzz, when you have it kick on, it's a little bit of a flex.
It is.
Everybody's out of power, but not you, because everything, and I mean everything in your home, is still going to be running when you work with our friends over at Gen Gators.
Yeah, protect your home. We are going into August, and we know that's when the things happen with the hurricanes. The Gulf starts to wake up. It's not too late. Go to GenGators.com. It's GenGators with a Z.com.